Do you have any questions?
The project, we're presenting those in 2 weeks, right?
Mm-hmm.
The class after next lab class? Okay.
Muy bien. We're going to talk about that in a second. I will tell you more information about that. But yeah. That's it? I don't know if that's a good sign.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Were you saying something?
No, I was wondering if you didn't have any more questions, if that's a good sign or not.
Oh, okay. I was like, did I not respond? But thank you.
Okay. So before we continue, it was Ian's 21st birthday this week or last week.
Woo! Happy belated birthday.
Thank
You're
you.
legal. You can buy drinks when we get out of quarantine.
Woo!
Did you have the chance? I don't think we talked about that yesterday. Did you have the chance to talk to friends and like through your camera or something like that?
Mm-hmm. It was a close friend of mine. It was his birthday the day before mine, so we had kind of like a big, just like Zoom with a lot of our buds. Yep, and then my family, like my mom made like Jello shots for us. We just had like a party at home.
Good, that's nice. Yeah, I just mentioned like everything is so weird right now. In my other class, I was mentioning that I have 2 new nieces that I don't know. I haven't met them yet. And it's going to be like that for a while. And the 2 moms are, it's their first time, it's their first child. So, you know, it's kind of emotional and everything, and they cannot have any visitors, or they couldn't be accompanied during birth or anything like that. So, you know, it's kind of sad, but
could their significant others be with them? I mean, if they...
It depends on which hospital you are in. Some of them allow it, some of them don't. So, yeah, it depends.
Okay.
Let me see. Oh. One second. I don't know how to access my desktop without closing the conference. Anyone that can help?
What happened?
Are you full screened or something? Can you just hit escape? What's the problem?
So, one second.
Intentando mover y entonces te moverás y puedes te permite llevar la carpeta que quieras.
Venga. ¿Quieres decir ahora? Say hello. Say hello. Me? Yeah, say hello.
Hello, everyone. Bruno, el teléfono de papá y yo tu teléfono porque para poner coche porque el iPad azul no funciona.
Vaya. Tragedy. Bueno, sorry about that. I was just saying I'm trying to access my desktop, but it won't allow me. Wait. I wanted to talk to you about some of the things from from class. Aquí. Can you see my screen, my shared screen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Que la batería está roja del iPad.
Trabaja con Leo y ahora voy. ¿Vale? Vale. So we should be working on Picasso right now, but don't worry if you haven't reached that section yet. Again, all activities, all units, everything will be open until the end of the course. And there's some information about Picasso, some of the messages I haven't read yet, different time periods. And then you needed to work on the Guernica group work analysis. And I have, as you can see, you cannot see it yet in your pages, but I have the full work analysis ready for you, okay? I'll wait for a little while until you, at least most of you work on the document. And then as of un segundo, 1 second. A few friends want to join us. 1 second.
Hola.
Good morning. Sorry I'm late.
Good morning.
Bueno, hola.
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 So I was mentioning that as of today, I'm going to open all the sections that you can work on until the end of the semester, okay? That way, maybe you can better organize your time and you can decide whether you want to finish early or you want to take your time, wait until the end, it's up to you. But after class, I will open all the sections, everything that you need for the rest of the semester, okay? Vale? Again, it's not necessary that you finish them right now. You have all the dates here, like DALI should be finished by 5th of May, but that's just an indication. It doesn't mean that you need to be done by then, okay? Vale. Also, some of you have seen this link about final projects. Yeah, vale. If you click there, it will take you to this page. It's a Google Doc, and it's described how we're going to work for the final projects. So you have different options, and you just need to sign up for your preferred option. You can work individually, in pairs, or groups. It doesn't make any difference whatsoever. It's up to you. And the idea is to create a presentation, a video presentation for the class, or you can present live also, it's up to you. And together with your presentation, I need an evaluation, like self-evaluation paper that it's described at the end of this document. You need to share it with me through a different email because my, we could say regular email is completely full right now. So we have an alternative university email, which has Go before the UGR, okay? And we are going to do all presentations live on one of our Zoom classes. And it can be in the form of like actual live presenting in the moment, or you can record it, share it with me, and then we can all see it and you can explain a little bit what your project was about, okay? Sorry. The idea is to present more, we could say naturally. I'd rather have you doing a more personalized type of presentation rather than just perfect read out presentation, okay? And remember to include, it's very important because I've received like 10 disrobing document. And I received the same document, so it's difficult to find out who that document belongs to. So remember to write your full name, project title and everything. Vale? And here are the options. You can sign up for each of the options that you want to, but only 2 people for the same option, so that we don't have like 10 of the same. Vale? Yeah, the first one is a painting mashup, okay, that you can do to create like a story of a comic book, maybe. Felicia and Emily already signed up for this one. Your ideal art house. And an artist for everything. Who would you have a coffee with, have a date with, share an apartment with, start a new business with, have a crush with, maybe? Okay, and describe your decisions, obviously. I called number 4 Art Tinder. The idea is to connect like 2 supposedly non-related characters from different paintings, different artists, and explain why. Okay. Yuri signed up for this one, like a monographic type of collection, as we have seen, like babies, ugly babies, before the Renaissance. I don't know, angry men, suffering people, and again your decisions, the biggest poses. Okay. A visit to the Prado Museum. The Prado Museum is actually doing that, and they recommend you, well, before coronavirus and everything, they recommend you like certain pieces in case you only have like 1 hour to be there, or 2 hours to be there, or 1 day. So which one would be the works that you would include there? And Sarah Jean signed up for this one. Create a personal painting with a personal type of symbolism, a little bit inspired in the character of Dali, that and also Picasso. That had, we are going to discuss that today. Like what did their paintings mean in the past? Okay. Own artistic rendition of your Granada experience. Okay. Muy bien, for Atena, Katia, and Anna. Bien. Brianna also just signed up for that one. If you're good at singing, we can always hear a song. You can create the personal diary of an artist. That's a good one. A photo setting. And I think I showed you a couple of examples in our Padlet. And also something that we've done a little bit with the Forge of Vulcan, for example, is to update some of the characters and maybe create the Twitter profile or Snapchat or Instagram, depending on what you want to create. Memes, Dylan already signed up for that, are always welcome, okay? But they need to be original, okay? That you have created yourselves, and they need to be class related so that it's more understandable for the class, okay? Try to create a work in a cubist form, and also Daniel signed up for this one, different versions of the same work that some artists have also created. And I always, in all of my projects, I always leave a section called Others that give you the opportunity to create your own personal project. ¿Vale? ¿Preguntas so far? No? Okay. You have a description of what I would like to see very generally in the evaluation paper. The idea is basically to describe your project and to self-evaluate your ideas, your inspiration, why you decided to work on that project, the outcome, if it was what you were expecting, or in the end it turned out to be something different. Okay, it doesn't have too many instructions, so that it's adapted more to your personal project. Okay, because all projects are going to be different. Vale? So I think that's it. Somebody else wants to join in? Vale. When's the project due? It's in 2 weeks. We are presenting, what day is it? Do you remember? The 11th of May, was it? Or the 12th? In two Tuesdays. Okay. Hola, Sarisa. We cannot see you. Vale. ¿Más preguntas, chicos? ¿No? Bien. The activity I wanted to do with you today is connected with Picasso, okay, with his Guernica. What is it? Bien. Wait. Vale. Can you see it? See? Vale. So most of you have your microphones off. If you want to participate, just turn it on and then put it off again so that we don't have like all the information repeated and we don't hear each other. Vale. So this is a unique painting, as you know, if you've been researching some information about it. It's placed right now in the Museum Reina Sofia in Madrid, but it took its time to get there. As you know, it was originally in the Metropolitan Museum in New York, okay? And I included this picture so that you can see it's also in the presentation, like the size of it. If you haven't seen it, sorry, if you have seen it, sorry, you know it's really, really huge. Anybody here that visited the Prado Museum? See? Can you describe or explain if you saw the painting there? Turn your microphones on so that we can hear you.
I saw it at the, what's the museum called? The Sophia.
Mm-hmm.
And we kind of stumbled upon it and like got in free with no
I know.
And like we
It's
didn't
like you do the turning around, it's like, whoa.
Yeah, we didn't really know what like the importance of that museum, and we went in, and then like later on we looked outside the window, and I guess it's free admission after some time, but the line was literally like hundreds of people, and we had just like casually stumbled in, and we like also just kind of stumbled into this room, and there's a huge crowd of people, and we had both, like all of us had seen that picture, like we knew of the picture, but they had like information cards and we had no idea we were looking at Picasso and his masterpiece, but it was incredible, and it took the entire room, like these, like on the side of that picture, like the walls end right there, like it's huge.
Good job. It's anybody else? No? It's kind of become trendy in the last few years. So it's like what happened with the Mona Lisa, and like now everybody wants to go to the Louvre Museum just to watch for 2 seconds Mona Lisa, and almost sometimes from the distance. So yeah, nowadays you need to line up, and if you want to actually see the painting, as Anna said, and it's very rare to see it like this picture. What else? apparently Picasso was inspired by the news of it that he read in this newspaper. You can see it on the left-hand side here. Yeah, you can see La Ville de Guernica. So most of the people say that this is the inspiration that he got to do the painting. And apparently he did his first sketch, this one, the very same day of the attack. Okay. As you can see, the final result was very, very different. So he kind of created a full collection of different sketches. We'll talk about that in a second. Because he didn't paint the same as Velázquez did with no previous sketch. Do you remember how that is called? Maybe you can write it on the chat room.
Is that right? I can't remember.
It's an Italian expression.
Felicia put it in the chat already.
Oh, okay, sorry. Sorry about that. My bad. That was you, Ian?
Yeah, I typed it, but Ian called me out. Yeah, I couldn't remember if that was it because you didn't say anything about it. I was like, oh, I guess that's wrong, but okay.
No, sorry, I didn't read it. Yeah, it's alla prima. So unlike Velázquez, and again, you know, he's my favorite, but not very many artists can paint alla prima, and most of them use different sketches, okay? So apparently he did this one the day of the attack, and this is supposedly how everything started. Again, the final result is very different, but you can see there are some similarities here and there that will end up in the final result. We can see like the fist. Can you see the fist next to the bull has disappeared, and he did the horse instead in that same place. Okay. And at the time he was 56. Okay. And I think I also told you in the video, and if you watch the first video about him or the second one, I don't remember, he was a heavy smoker. Okay. So you can see him smoking. And does anyone know or listened to his miracle birth, which is connected to this smoking?
He was stillborn, right? And then his uncle maybe was smoking in the room and like blew a puff of smoke at him or something, and then he started breathing, basically came to life.
Which is the most normal thing to do, to be smoking when somebody is giving birth. But yeah, apparently it's what it's happened. And people say that he was able to breathe because by coincidence his uncle like puffed some air in, and he kind of breathed that air, and he was able to come back to life. So some other people say that that's why he was such a heavy smoker the rest of his life, that basically he was born with it. Okay, but you can see him working here and here. We will talk about these pictures as well. Does he look like a 56-year-old? What do you think?
He looks older, but I wouldn't say 56.
Okay. Because I think
I would
he
give him,
actually
like,
looks
48. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, really? Younger?
I would say like, yeah. He
Okay.
doesn't look that old.
I don't know. My dad is like going on 70 and he looks like that. So he looks pretty bad in my opinion.
I think so. And considering the type of life that he led and his relationship with different women and all that, it's weird that he didn't look like any younger. But yeah, I think he looks older than what he actually was in this painting. Okay.
He doesn't look like someone that would paint his paintings. I wouldn't look at him and be like, oh, you paint what you do.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe it's the hair that I'm like, oh, maybe he's younger. Because, you know,
Fancy.
looks like, unless it's a toupee.
Muy bien. Apparently, he was a very vibrant type of person, and not only women, but most of the people that met him felt like an immediate attraction towards him and his personality. He had like this kind of weird, but also very bubbly type of personality that people really liked. Okay. So have you seen this video? The Guernica in 3D? Say
No.
yes or no?
Nope.
No?
No.
Okay. It's this idea of, it tells a little bit about how the event happened, and also because you know that Cubism, it's all about 2D. So they actually did the opposite. They took all the images and they turned them in 3D images. And the result is it's not too bad. Let me show you just for a while. What do you think?
That was really cool. That's like crazy impressive.
What happened? What happened? Do you know?
You just went away.
That's so weird. Wow. Sorry, Ian, what were you saying?
I just said it was cool. I don't know. I thought it was. It's really insane how they can take something that's already messes with perspective so much and like add another dimension. I wouldn't even have thought that's possible, you know?
I like how the 3D kind of emphasizes the deformities of theirs, and they're just I did not have a countdown, but yeah, they just kind of like they were melting away in like whatever their sadness and their grief, and you can kind of see it a little bit more with that.
It reminded me of something I saw at a museum in Mexico City. They basically took this like room and made all the floor and all the walls and ceiling all black, and then they played like projections all around the room of different art, and so it basically turned it 3D, and that's kind of what it reminded me of.
Okay. Vale. Some people are already mentioning that we have the countdown, which is really stressing. So as usual, time flies. I don't know about you, but for me, it's like already 40 minutes. So we are going to switch as usual. We're going to close this meeting and then rejoin to the new one so that we have the extra time. ¿Vale? So same link, same everything. It will take me a second to be back. Okay? Bye.
Oh, it's working for me.
Better now?
Alright, I'm good. I'm just they're gonna be like, who's she?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear other people that aren't our professor.
I don't know what's happening today.
That's the only thing we need to hear. We can't hear.
That's weird.
You're working again.
Bueno.
Yeah, I can hear Maria now.
How do they say? Third time is the charm or something like that?
Third time is the charm.
Bueno. Okay, let me try and share the presentation. Maybe it's a presentation, I don't know. So I was asking you about the symbolism, if you knew about anything connected with the symbolism that you were discussing in the document. Anyone?
Everything about this painting has been like pushed back into like the recesses of my mind. I don't remember a single thing about this painting anymore. It's horrible.
Vale.
Was the woman screaming, holding the child, supposed to represent the people of the village? I think I remember that.
There are, as you will find out, there are multiple different theories. But yeah, that's one of them. And when you see my work analysis, you can see one of the versions that says a little bit differently. Okay, so as I said, because you have all the information in the video and the work analysis, let's try and find out like extra information about it. Maybe you have then a different point of view for it. So I called it Curious Facts About the Guernica that I don't know if you know. Okay. Did you know that it was included in the collection called Degenerate Art by the Nazis? You did? Okay. Do you know what the degenerate art is? Anyone?
Well, the Nazis, weren't they all about like the purest forms, like Greek and Roman art, and like the ideal human body and all that stuff, and like anything else? I mean, like they liked to do. They just wanted to destroy and censor it.
Yeah, as what they wanted to do with the human race, they also thought that art had to be pure, and they only considered like Roman, Greek, and Renaissance basically good enough to be in their museums. So funnily enough, they created this exhibition, which I still don't understand, with degenerate art. I think their idea was to show people what bad art was and how we shouldn't see those things or something like that. But in the end, it kind of what's the expression, like backfired, because they did at the same time a regular exhibition with pure art and the exhibition with the degenerate art to show people the good and the bad. But in the end, the exhibition with degenerate art had 4 times more people than the regular exhibition. So in the end, their intention that was to show people what they shouldn't be seeing, in the end, it was what they actually wanted to see. Okay. And also about the Nazis, this is, as you know.
Uh-oh, I think we lost her.
Yeah. Mr. Adolf Hitler in the exhibition. And also, some people say that he had visits because, you know, you were never sure. And some people asked him,
how many more times do we think this is going to happen?
sorry again. Can you hear me now? No? See?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay, sorry about that. I know it's really annoying. Vale, so apparently he had these people go into his home to, you know, they checked on everyone. And when they saw the painting or a picture of the painting in his apartment, and they asked him, "Did you do this?" And he apparently responded, "No, you did." Which, as you can imagine, was a very cheeky thing to say to one of the Nazis. Okay, but apparently he was like that. And the display that was in the Paris exhibition, and people said that right then didn't have that much attention, but it became more and more popular with time. And you know, now it's pretty much like the symbol for like destruction and war, and it's become universal. Okay, I'm kind of going fast. If you want me to stop or like ask me something, but in case the internet breaks again. Okay. Also, the fact that even though he had not been living here in Spain for quite a few years, but at the same time, it impacted him so much to create this painting. And I don't know if you know that he was never back, because then civil war started, and then Franco's dictatorship, and he said that while Franco was in charge of the country, he would never be back, and he died without actually coming back to Spain. Okay. Did you know about this fact, that the painting was damaged when it was in the Met Museum? I don't know if you
Is she talking right now?
Okay. Sorry, Ian? I don't know. Should we cut the class today and then maybe do it some other who is doing this? Who is in charge? What do
you could like record the rest of what you were gonna say and then post it.
Okay, yeah. You can hear me now? Okay. Vale. Just let me.
I can always hear you when it begins.
Anyway, it's just like 5 more. I'll try once more. If the internet breaks one more, we'll cut it, and then I'll show you the presentation some other way. Vale?